So let's talk about letting go, moving on, and healing. I'm going to give you a very specific technique for letting go. So letting go could be letting go of a relationship that no longer serves you, could be letting go of a job or a career that's no longer serving your growth and it's making you feel small and constricted, and it's not really the best way for you to be expressive and creative. Letting go could be letting go of fears, fear of no money, fear of loneliness, fear of what will they say. Letting go could be letting go of an addiction. So there's lots of different things that at various points in our life we let go of. So whatever it is for you, let's talk about the very specific way, the very specific technique that you can use to let go, to move on, and to heal. So the first thing to know is, if you're like me, and you probably are, when you're stuck in wanting to let go, trying to let go, feeling like you can't let go, like you're gripped by something, whether it be this relationship, whether it be the addiction, whether it be a fear, this gripped, this I can't let go, this stuckness, all of that is a series of thoughts going on in your head. It's all thinking, it's all chatter, it's all a story that you're telling yourself about yourself. And you might be telling the story to some of your friends, some of your confidants, but for sure, whether you're aware of it or not, the story is going on in the back of your head, and it might be going on 24/7. So the first part of this technique is to notice that you're in your thinking, that you're stuck in your head, and that's not where the moving on is going to occur, and that's not where the healing is going to occur. What we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, well, those are my thoughts. Got it. And if you have a meditation practice, that's great, because a meditation practice is building within you a skill set for being able to step aside from your thoughts, to notice that you have thoughts, but you're not your thoughts. So if you have a meditation practice, great. If not, whatever it is that you can do to set aside your thoughts, let's do that now. Let's say, okay, here's my thoughts. The chatter is going to continue in your head. I'm going to set my thoughts aside, and instead, where I'm going to shift my focus is in my body. What am I feeling? What am I feeling? And that's a very different attention to what am I thinking? What's the story? What's the chatter? What's my assessments? What's my judgments? The story in your head, which could be about blame and shame and guilt, that whole story, that's a very different focal point. It's a very different place to focus your attention than on what am I feeling. So we're going to bring it back in. Instead of what did they do, what did they say, the whole story about them, and we're going to bring it back in. Instead of that person's triggering me, we're going to bring it back to, oh, I'm triggered. I'm triggered. And can you identify, can you connect with that feeling? And the feeling might be anger. It might be sadness. It might be grief, despair, whatever that feeling is. Can you identify the feeling that's going on in your body, and can you connect with it, and can you stay there? And so whatever that feeling is that you're feeling in your body, can you connect to that feeling, and can you feel it, and can you honor that feeling? Most of the time, most of us, we push our feelings away. We deny our feelings. We repress our feelings. We push them away. Sometimes some of us are so disconnected, we don't even know we have feelings. We think we're our thoughts. But can we, for a moment now, stop repressing, stop denying the feelings? And when I say suppressing and deny, for me, at a younger point in my life, I used alcohol to repress and deny my feelings. I used marijuana as a way to repress and deny my feelings. Those were two kind of the obvious, maybe smaller things I used, but some of the bigger things I used is I worked very hard, 60 hours a week. I would work really hard and get all consumed with whatever my work was at the moment. And that was a very big way that I repressed, denied, and ignored my own feeling, my own emotional state. Another thing I did at a younger version of myself was to use exercise. I would run hard, I would bicycle hard, I would mountaineer hard, I would rock climb hard, and there's beautiful aspects to all of that. I mean, being totally in my body, being in great physical shape, that's all beautiful. But there was the dark side of it, which was I was using that as part of my arsenal. It was one of the arrows in my quiver of how am I going to repress my feelings, deny my feelings, suppress them, instead of what you and I are going to now work on, which is expressing our feelings. We're going to feel the feelings. So the topic is letting go. So right now, if you're having trouble letting go, it's because you're holding on tightly to this person, this story about this person, what they said, what they did, or you're holding on tightly to this addiction. I need this alcohol, or I need this drug, or food, or TV, or whatever your particular form of addiction is. We're holding on to it tightly, like, oh, we need it. My survival depends on it. And can we practice? Can we begin practicing letting go, relaxing? This technique that I'm talking about, this is an ongoing practice. I'm not going to give you the 3 steps. You're going to turn the video off and then poof, 15 minutes later, you're done. It might be the beginning of a practice that's going to probably take longer for you than 15 minutes, and it's going to actually be a lifelong practice that you will employ for a variety of different topics that pop up in the course of life. But we're going to begin building a muscle for letting go a little bit, relaxing, setting aside the thoughts and the story in our head, and saying, what am I feeling? I'm going to feel the feelings. Do I feel sadness? Do I feel anger? Do I feel disillusionment? Do I feel disheartened? Do I feel numb? Do I feel, what is the feeling? And where in your body? Is it in your stomach? Is it in your heart? Is it in your lungs? Is it in your lower back is another place, or in your calves or your legs? Can you identify the feeling, label the feeling, give it a name, and can you then say where in your body is that feeling stored? And then the next step here, once we've done that, is can you honor your feeling? Can you stay with the feeling and feel it for as long as necessary? It's not like, oh, I've got anger, but I don't want to be angry anymore, so I'm just going to push it away. Or, oh, I've got sadness, and I'm just so sad, but I don't want to be sad anymore, so I'm going to deny it. So I'm going to go for a 9-mile run, or I'm going to go work hard, or I'm going to drink some wine, and then I won't have to feel the sadness anymore. You could do that, but you're not going to actually let anything go. You're not going to move on, and you're not going to heal. The only way you and I can heal this is to feel this. And you might need to stick with the feeling. You might need to honor the feeling. You might need to feel the feeling for days and weeks. And if you're like me, and you probably are, you've spent days and weeks and months and years and decades repressing, suppressing, denying your feelings, and just getting stuck in your thoughts and your to-do list and your, I'm going to be successful and I'm going to go out there and seize the day. This is a very different approach to, no, wait, stop. I'm going to put my phone down. I'm going to shut off my computer. I'm going to get some quiet time, just me and myself. I'm going to connect with myself. I'm going to see what I'm feeling. I'm going to feel what I'm feeling. I'm going to identify what I'm feeling. And I'm going to feel it for as long as it takes. I'm going to feel these feelings for as long as it takes. There's something very human about needing to heal. There's something about being a human being on this planet This is a planet of pain and destruction. It just is. I mean, it's also beautiful. It's also a planet of rebirth. I mean, I go outside every day. It's like, wow, look at this place. Look at these plants. Look at the sun. There's a lot of beauty. But there's also an aspect to this planet that's very real. It's a planet of pain and destruction. And there is something about being human on this planet that's about having pain, having trauma in your body. And for most of us, most of the time, we ignore, deny, and suppress the pain, pretend it's not there. But for this practice called letting go, moving on, and healing, this is all about feeling. Put my thoughts over there, put my distractions over there, put my numbing techniques over there. I'm not numbing, I'm feeling. What am I feeling? I'm going to connect with that feeling. I'm going to honor it. And it's only when I've completely felt what needs to be felt, then maybe I can begin letting go. And so we're going to actually set aside the agenda, the to-do list, the need to let it go. We're going to just even set that aside. It's like, oh, here's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling heartbroken because I broke up with this person, or I'm feeling desperate and afraid to let go of this job because I don't know what will come next and where will my next paycheck come from, or I don't know if I can let go of this addiction because I don't know how I'm going to make it through the day and how I'm going to make it through the week without my addiction. Whatever it is that you're letting go, we're not going to even worry about the letting go part right now. What we're going to do is feel the feelings inside our body, connect with the feelings, honor the feelings, tell the truth about the feelings, and we're going to stay there for as long as necessary. And that's the entire technique. Letting go, moving on, and heal it. The entire technique is, well, stop. Get quiet. Stop distracting yourself. Stop trying to man up or push through or operate on top of it. Stop trying to varnish your feelings. Actually connect with your feelings. Feel the feelings. Identify it. Find the place in your body that's the center of those feelings. And feel those feelings. Feel it to heal it. Once we've fully felt it, it will begin to heal itself. It will begin to evaporate. Once we've fully felt what needs to be felt, only then will we be able to let go and move on. And only then will we have begun to heal the hurt, the pain, the trauma that's inside of us.